14. My Indian tutor. Lavanya's POV. Ahem. Wala doesn't mean man, sir. I corrected him. But Balram told me so. He protested, sounding like a child. You must have misunderstood, I replied. He stood there silently for a moment. How could I make him understand this? Wala means, I struggled to find the right words. It refers to a person's profession, I explained. For example, a guy selling ice cream is called an ice cream wala. Or if someone sells tea, we call him a chai wala. Chai means tea. Like a man driving an auto rickshaw is called auto rickshaw wala? He asked, trying to make sense of it. Yes, I beamed with pride, feeling victorious as I successfully taught him something. Oh yes, I'm a good tutor. If I leave this job, I could become a teacher. Maybe even open my own coaching center. He interrupted my thoughts. I do business, so I quickly cut him off. No, you're not a business wala, sir. The Rolls Royce of all my dreams' pride crashed into the wall called reality. I don't get it, he complained. Indian languages are different, I said, feeling defeated. They're still confusing and complicated. He grumbled, clearly irritated. I agreed with him. Please, can we leave now? I asked, eager to go back. Why are you in such a hurry to get back to work? Am I that boring? He asked, his voice taking on a flirtatious tone. My eyes automatically rolled. The lunch break is over. It's already late, and my friends must be worried. I don't even have my phone with me, I said, trying to explain. Friends? He raised an eyebrow. My colleagues, I clarified as I made my way towards the door. Wait, he called, stepping forward. I'm sorry again for what I did earlier. His apology caught me off guard, and I paused for a moment. Okay, I said, but don't do that again. Are you warning me? He asked, narrowing his eyes. No, I just, Alright, let's go, he said, brushing it off as he headed toward the door. What a bloody intimidating monster. We left the hotel after returning the room key. I heard him unlocking the car, and I chose to sit in the back seat, avoiding his gaze. I could feel him watching me with amusement in his eyes. What now? Couldn't he just keep his eyes to himself? Are you serious? He asked, taking the driver's seat. What? I asked, looking at his annoyed reflection in the rearview mirror. I'm not your driver, Miss Lavanya. I'm your boss's boss, remember? He said, glancing at me through the mirror. I remained silent. Really? He asked, growing angrier. Sighing in frustration, I got out of the car and moved to the passenger seat. He shook his head in disbelief before starting the engine. By the way, I didn't know you stayed in the staff quarters, he remarked casually after a few minutes of driving. And how do you know this now? I asked, thinking logically. Because I'm your boss. I know everything, he replied with a smirk, glancing at me proudly. I gave him an amused look. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, he continued. You don't have to wear clothes like that anymore. You can wear whatever you want. I don't mind. My jaw dropped at his unexpected statement. What? Did he really just say that? Am I imagining things? Did he just say that I can wear Indian outfits? Did you just say that I can wear Indian outfits? I asked, looking at him in disbelief. He glanced at me from the corner of his eyes. Yes, he exhaled heavily. And what about the rules? I blinked rapidly, trying to process what he meant. I make rules, I break them. No one dares to question me. He winked, glancing over at me. I shot him a glare. But why? Why did you break the rules, sir? I asked hesitantly. I told you just now, no one dares to ask me. he replied with a smirk. But I started again, but he gave me a quick look that shut me down. Do you want me to change my mind, Miss Lavanya? Because I wouldn't mind seeing you in that skirt every day, he added without pausing. Oh no, 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 no. I couldn't even bring myself to ask him the same question again, so I just shook my head and looked away. We reached the office building, and as I started walking towards it, I heard him call out, Miss Lavanya? He shouted. I turned to look at him. He was standing beside his car, holding the half-open door. I had a nice meal today, he said with a smirk. I'm hoping you'll invite me for lunch sometime. I blinked several times, feeling a wave of confusion. Slowly, I turned back to face him. Then I glanced at him one last time before heading inside the building. He was still smirking, looking far too pleased with himself.
Jackie's POV. I got out of my car and noticed she was already heading towards the parking lot exit. Miss Lavanya? I called out loudly, hoping to catch her attention. She turned to look at me. I had a nice meal today, I teased with a smirk. I hope you'll invite me for lunch sometime. I wasn't just teasing, I'd really like her to invite me sometime. She blinked at me, then slowly turned her head away. But she turned back again and looked at me once more, and I smiled at her with that same smirk. She walked into the building, and I shook my head with a satisfied smile. At least she didn't ignore me this time. Why are you so happy just because she didn't ignore you? What's wrong with you? She's just a simple Indian employee in your company. Why do her simple gestures drive you crazy? My inner voice scolded me. I stared at my reflection in the car mirror. I didn't recognize the bright, happy face staring back at me. That was definitely not me. Who am I? I entered my office suite and began to think about the day. My phone vibrated, and I pulled it out of my pocket to see James was video calling me. That son of a... I was still angry at him for calling Lavanya a chick, but I couldn't ignore him. He was an old friend and was handling my job at the main branch. Hey James, I greeted, answering the video call. Hey man, what's up? He asked casually. The sun is up here, I teased him back. Ha, that was funny, and here the moon is up, he replied, teasing me in return. Anyway, where's the sales report? You haven't emailed me yet, I asked, adopting my bossy tone. Yeah man, it's actually not ready yet. I'm working on it right now. It'll be ready by the day after tomorrow, I guess. I'll email it to you, he replied, giving me his excuses. It's already late. You guys are moving way too slow. Is it because of my absence or what? Getting lazy day by day, huh? I warned him. I'm home right now. It's already late, and I'm still working on the report. And you're calling me lazy? James protested. Whatever it is, I don't care. I need that report for a presentation here. I just want it by tomorrow evening. Clear? I said, my tone firm. Yes, sir, he replied, his voice laced with nervousness. Okay, I relaxed a bit. Hey, by the way, do you remember the last time I told you about the Hindi word wala? I switched topics. Yeah, I think so. Why? He asked, confused. Actually, it doesn't represent man. It represents their profession, I clarified. What? He was taken aback. Yes, I misunderstood it, I admitted. I don't really understand why this matters, he said, sounding puzzled. Why is it important, Jackie? Answer him, my inner voice taunted. Yeah, I don't know. Just forget it. Forget what I said earlier, I said, brushing it off. Are you okay, man? He asked, his concern evident. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be? I replied, avoiding his gaze. Nothing, it's just... You're giving so much importance to these small things. And I've never seen you like this. Last time you just hung up on me suddenly. Oh, he realized that. That was your fault, I snapped. My fault? How? He sounded genuinely confused. You were using insensitive words for a girl, I said sternly. Whoa, give me a break. Insensitive. That's a huge word. And you mean the girl you were talking about? Isn't she the same girl who... He trailed off, clearly trying to get a rise out of me. Whoever she is, you can't address a girl with such a name. That's not gentlemanlike behavior, I scolded him. Hey, chill, man. Gentlemen, like seriously, you... are different. Where's my friend Jackie? What did you do to my boss, the Jackie Dawson? He teased. Shut up. I rolled my eyes at his comments. Stupid, I muttered under my breath. You've got to be kidding me. You're turning into an Indian man. He joked, and my eyes widened in shock. That was it. I couldn't take it anymore. I switched off my mobile and tossed it onto the table. Bloody annoying brat, I whispered furiously to myself.
Lavanya's POV. I entered the building and made my way to my department. Everyone was busy working at their respective desks. Oh god, the lunch hour is over and I'm so late. I headed to my cabin and took my seat. Lavi! Rui screamed, just as I had expected. Where the hell were you? She hurried toward me. What should I say now? I started, but she interrupted me immediately. Do you even know how worried we were? You left just like that, didn't take your phone. Virat sir was so anxious about you. Where did you go? She asked, practically without taking a breath. I went downstairs to have lunch with my uncle. He came to visit me. I lied, hoping it sounded believable. Really? She asked, furrowing her brow in confusion. Oh no, why is she doubting me? Yeah, of course. I lied again, nervously. Okay, but at least you could have informed us, especially Virat sir. He was literally pacing around like a madman, she said. Her voice softened but still urgent. Ruhi, please, don't say such things, I objected. Okay, she whispered, rolling her eyes. Now go talk to him. He was really worried about you. She gave me a pointed look. But, I started, but she cut me off. No buts, go, she ordered. This girl is a terror. Fine, I agreed and headed toward Virat sir's office. I knocked at his door. May I come in, sir? Lavanya? He sounded restless. Please come in. He recognizes my voice. I stepped inside. Sir. Where were you, Lavanya? I waited for you at the canteen. I didn't realize you had left your phone. Are you okay? He asked, moving toward me in a hurry. I blinked rapidly, unsure of how to calm him down. I guess so. It's okay, sir. I'm totally fine. I went to the reception and ran into one of my school friends who surprised me. We talked and I didn't pay attention to the time. I forgot to take my phone in the excitement. Sorry, I lied, offering an apology. He exhaled deeply and a brief, awkward silence hung between us. He looked at me with concern and I couldn't bring myself to meet his gaze. The shyness between us was palpable. I just came to say sorry for making you wait so long. I should probably get back to work, I said, gesturing toward the door. Yeah, of course. You should get back to work. He nodded quickly. Just as I was about to open the door, he called me again. Lavanya? I turned, and he confessed, You mean a lot to me. Please stay away from trouble. Those words hit me like a wave, leaving me weak in the knees. OMG, what did he just say? I mean a lot to him? Really? I walked back to my cabin, his sweet words echoing in my mind, a smile spreading across my face.